Welcome to Triumphant Over Trauma, where resilience reigns and women rewrite their stories of victory after trauma. I'm Gina, your guide on this empowering journey. With a mission to help women overcome trauma, I'm here to inspire you to cultivate a positive mindset, embrace self-love, and find peace. Join me as we celebrate strength, reclaim power, and triumph over adversity together. Before we step into today's conversation, I want you to slow down with me. Imagine yourself lying gently in a hammock, swaying softly in the warmth of the day. The sun kisses your skin, warm, steady, comforting. Your toes stretched just enough to brush against the soft green blades of grass beneath you. The earth feels solid there, supportive, unshaken. Above you, the sky stretches endlessly blue. Clouds drift slowly, touching the horizon like soft brushstrokes across a canvas. Birds sing nearby, light, joyful, free. And every now and then a butterfly flutters close. So close, you can see the delicate patterns on its wings. It lands for a moment, then lifts again, moving exactly where it's meant to go. Take a breath here. There's something about moments like this that remind you life isn't always meant to be rushed, that sometimes stillness is where clarity finds you. And as you lie there gently swaying, I want you to think about this. How many times in your life have things not gone the way you planned? The relationship that didn't last, the opportunity that slipped through your hands, the season that left you feeling lost, confused, or completely undone. Those moments that didn't just disappoint you, they broke something open inside of you. And when you were in them, it didn't feel like redirection. It felt like loss. It felt like confusion. It felt like standing at a crossroads with no clear direction forward. Maybe you ask yourself, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? Why does it feel like everything is falling apart? And in those moments, it's easy to believe that life is working against you. But what if it isn't? What if those moments, the ones that felt like endings, were actually detours? Not punishments, not failures, but quiet, powerful redirections. Because here's something many women don't realize until much later. Sometimes life has to interrupt the path you were on to guide you towards the path you were meant for. Just like that butterfly, it doesn't fly in a straight line. It moves with intention even when the path looks uncertain. And still, it always ends up exactly where it's supposed to be. The same is true for you. Every closed door, every unexpected ending, every moment that forced you to pause, reflect, or completely start over was not random. It was shaping you, strengthening you, preparing you. Because the version of you who is meant to walk into your next chapter is not the same version who began the last one. And sometimes life gently nudges us in a new direction. Other times, it breaks the path entirely. Not to destroy us, but to rebuild us in a way that aligns more deeply with who we truly are. So today, we're going to talk about something powerful. We're going to talk about the Destiny Detour, those moments when life seems to fall apart, only to reveal a new direction that we couldn't see before. Because those detours, they're not setbacks, they're setups. Setups for growth, setups for clarity, setups for becoming the woman you were always meant to be. So as you lie there feeling the warmth of the sun, the steadiness of the earth beneath you, and the quiet beauty of life moving all around you, I want you to breathe in this truth. Even when life doesn't go the way you planned, it may still be leading you exactly where you were meant to go. Let's explore this together. Let me ask you something. Have you ever held on to something so tightly, a relationship, a dream, a version of your life, because you truly believed this was the path? You saw it clearly, you planned it carefully, you invested your time, your energy, your heart into it. And then it didn't work out. It ended, it shifted, it fell apart in a way you didn't see coming. And in that moment, it didn't feel like redirection. It felt like loss. It felt like something was taken from you. Like the ground beneath you had been pulled away, like the path you were walking suddenly disappeared. And the hardest part, you didn't immediately see what was ahead. Just space, uncertainty, questions. But here's the truth that often only reveals itself with time. Sometimes life has to break certain paths because they were never meant to be your destination. They were meant to be your preparation. Because if you had stayed in that relationship, you may have continued shrinking yourself. If that opportunity had worked out, you might have settled for something that didn't fully align with your purpose. If that version of your life had continued, you might have never discovered the strength, clarity, and self-awareness that now lives within you. Some paths feel right until you grow. And once you grow, what once fit you no longer does. But growth can be uncomfortable because growth asks you to release what feels familiar, even when it no longer aligns. And this is where life steps in, not to punish you, but to interrupt what you would have stayed in, sometimes gently, sometimes abruptly, sometimes in ways that feel like everything is falling apart. But what's really happening is this. Life is creating space. Space for something new, space for something more aligned, space for the version of you that couldn't exist on the old path. Think about a seed for a moment. Before it grows into something beautiful, it has to break open. From the outside, it looks like destruction, but from the inside, it's transformation. Your life works the same way. The moments that feel like breaking points are often the exact moments where something new is trying to emerge. A new level of self-trust, a deeper understanding of your worth, a clearer vision of the life you actually want to create. But we don't always recognize that in the moment, because when something ends, our natural instinct is to grieve what we lost, not to look for what's being created. And that grief is valid. It deserves to be felt. It deserves to be honored. But alongside that grief, there's also something else quietly unfolding. Redirection. A shift towards something that fits you better. Something that honors who you are now, not who you used to be. And while you may not see the full picture yet, you can begin to trust this. If something in your life has fallen apart, it may not be because you failed. It may be because you've outgrown it. And life, in its own quiet and powerful way, is guiding you towards something that aligns more deeply with your truth. This is where the shift begins, not in resisting the detour, but in learning how to walk through it with awareness. Because once you understand that broken path can lead to better ones, the next step becomes learning how to navigate that redirection with intention. How to move forward, not lost, but guided. And that's exactly where we're going to explore next. Now that we understand why certain paths have to break, the next question becomes, how do we move forward when everything feels uncertain? Because redirection can feel disorienting. One moment you thought you were where you were going, and the next you're standing in unfamiliar territory, trying to find your footing again. This is where many women feel stuck. Not because they're incapable, but because no one ever taught them how to walk through a detour with intention. So let me walk you through what I call the Destiny Detour Framework. 5 steps to help you navigate life's redirection with clarity, strength, and trust. Step number 1, pause and accept the disruption. The first step is not to rush forward, it's to pause. Because when something falls apart, the instinct is often to immediately fix it, replace it, or make sense of it as quickly as possible. But healing doesn't happen in a rush. Clarity doesn't come from panic. It comes from being present. Here is an example. A relationship ends unexpectedly. Instead of immediately trying to fill the space with distractions or new connections, you allow yourself to sit with what happened. You breathe. You acknowledge. This is where I am right now. Acceptance doesn't mean you like what happened. It means you're no longer resisting the reality of it. And that's where peace begins. Step number 2, process the loss. Every detour comes with some form of loss. Loss of what you thought would be, loss of expectations, loss of familiarity. And one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is to allow that loss to be felt. Not avoided, not suppressed, not rushed. Here is an example. You give yourself permission to grieve, to feel sadness, disappointment, even anger. You journal, you talk it through, you sit with your emotions instead of pushing them away. Because unprocessed emotions don't disappear. They stay stored until they're acknowledged. Processing the loss allows you to move forward without carrying the weight of unresolved pain. Step number 3, reconnect with yourself. When a path breaks, it often leaves behind an important question. Who am I now? Because so much of our identity can become tied to the roles we were in the relationships we held, or the plans we created. And when those things shift, we're given an opportunity to come back to ourselves. Here is an example. You begin asking yourself, what do I actually want? What feels aligned with me now? What have I learned about myself through this experience? You spend time reconnecting with your values, your desires, your voice. This step is about remembering that your identity is not defined by what happened. It's defined by who you choose to become. Step number 4, reimagine your path. Once you've reconnected with yourself, something powerful begins to happen. Your perspective shifts. What once felt like an ending begins to look like an opening. This is where possibility returns. Here is an example. A career path that closed may lead you to explore something you've always been curious about. A relationship that ended may open the door for deeper self-love and healthier connections. You begin asking, what if this is leading me somewhere better? Not in a forced, toxic positivity way, but in a grounded, open-minded way that allows for new opportunities to emerge. Reimagining your path is about giving yourself permission to see beyond what was. Step number 5, move forward with trust. And finally, the most important step, trust. Not blind trust, not forced optimism, but a quiet, steady trust in yourself. Trust that you can handle what comes next. Trust that you are capable of building something new. Trust that even if you don't have all the answers yet, you are still moving in the right direction. Here is an example. You take one small step forward. You apply for the opportunity. You try something new. You open yourself to new connections. You don't need to have the entire path figured out. You just need to be willing to take the next step. Because movement creates clarity, and clarity builds confidence. Life will not always follow the path that you planned, but that doesn't mean it's not leading you somewhere meaningful and beautiful. Every detour carries within it the potential for transformation, the potential for growth, the potential for becoming someone even more aligned, more aware, and more powerful than before. And when you walk through these 5 steps, pausing, processing, reconnecting, reimagining, and moving forward with trust, you stop seeing detours as disruptions, and you begin seeing them as direction. Because the path that you were meant for isn't always the one you started on. Sometimes it's the one you find after everything changes. Before we close today's conversation, I want to invite you into a quiet moment with me. If you're able to, gently close your eyes. If you're driving or moving through your day, simply soften your focus and follow along with your breath. Take a slow breath in through your nose and release it gently through your mouth. Again, breathe in and let it go. Allow your shoulders to soften. Allow your jaw to unclench. Allow your body to settle into the space you're in. Now imagine yourself back in that peaceful place. You're lying in the hammock, gently swaying. The warmth of the sun rests softly on your skin. Your toes brush against the cool green grass beneath you. The sky above you is wide and open. Clouds drift slowly, birds sing in the distance, butterflies move gracefully through the air. This place feels safe, steady, grounded. Now in front of you, imagine a path that stretches forward into the distance. But this path looks different from the one you expected. It's not the one you had planned. It's not the one you thought you'd be walking. It's new, unfamiliar, and maybe just a little uncertain. Take a breath here. Notice what comes up in your body as you look at this path. Is there hesitation, curiosity, a mix of both? That's okay. Now imagine yourself slowly standing up from the hammock. You feel the ground beneath your feet, strong, supportive. You take a step toward this new path. Not rushed, not forced, just one gentle step forward. Now as you begin walking, something beautiful happens. The path doesn't reveal itself all at once. It unfolds step by step. With every step you take, the ground becomes clearer. With every step you take, your confidence grows just a little more. You don't just need to see the entire journey. You only need to trust the step you're on. Now imagine your past self, the version of you who walked the old path, standing behind you. She's watching you, and there's something in her eyes, not sadness, not regret, but pride, because she knows something you're just beginning to realize. Everything you've walked through prepared you for this moment. Now imagine your future self appearing further down the path. She is calm, confident, grounded. She is everything you're becoming. She looks at you with a soft smile and says, "You're exactly where you need to be. Keep going. You can trust this." Feel those words settle into your body. Feel your chest open. Feel your breath deepen. Now imagine your hand over your heart and say quietly to yourself, "Even if I don't see the whole path, I trust my next step. Even if this feels unfamiliar, I trust my growth. Even if this wasn't my plan, I trust where I'm being guided." Take another slow breath and notice how your body feels now. A little more open, a little more grounded, a little more willing to move forward. Now look around you. The sky is still wide, the sun is still warm, the butterfly is still moving gently through the air, and you realize something powerful. This path, this new direction, this detour is not something to fear. It's something to walk, one step at a time. Take one final deep breath in and slowly exhale. And when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the present moment. Because the truth is this: you don't need to have everything figured out to move forward. You don't need to see the entire path to begin walking it. And sometimes the most beautiful destinations in life are found on the paths we never planned to take. As you come back into this moment, notice what's shifted inside of you. Maybe it's subtle, a little more openness, a little more willingness, a quiet sense that even though you don't have all the answers, you're not as lost as you once felt. That's the beginning of trust. Because the truth is, walking a new path, especially one you didn't plan, can feel both empowering and uncertain at the same time. You can feel ready and still have questions. You can feel hopeful and still want support. And that's not a contradiction. That's growth. Because while the strength to move forward lives within you, the journey often becomes clearer, lighter, and more aligned when you have guidance and a space to deepen that connection within you. That's exactly why I created Finding Direction from Within. It's not about telling you where to go. It's about helping you learn how to trust the direction that's already unfolding inside of you. Inside of this experience, we take everything we've talked about today, navigating change, rebuilding trust, reconnecting with yourself after life hits, and we begin to bring it into practice. We explore how to move through uncertainty with clarity, how to listen to your inner voice instead of the noise around you, how to take aligned steps forward even when the path isn't fully visible, and most importantly, how to build a relationship with yourself that feels steady, grounded, and self-led, no matter what life places in front of you. Whether you choose to move through it at your own pace or walk the journey alongside me with deeper support, this is a space where you are met exactly where you are. No pressure, no perfection, just a place to grow. So if something inside of you feels that quiet pull, that gentle sense that you're ready to keep walking forward, but you don't want to do it alone, you can explore finding direction from within at www.bodyelementsmindelevation.com. Not because you're lost, but because you're ready to move forward with intention, and you deserve support on the path that's unfolding for you. As always, thank you for being here with me today. Wherever you are, may you move forward with a little more trust in your heart and a little more peace in your steps, knowing that even the paths that broke beneath you were guiding you somewhere new. May you honor the woman you've been, embrace the woman you're becoming, and trust that every detour is shaping a destination more aligned than you ever imagined. And as you continue on your journey, may you remember you are not lost. You are being led. This is Gina, signing off. Thank you for tuning in to Triumphant Over Trauma, where resilience prevails and women rewrite their stories of victory after trauma. Remember, healing is a journey, not a destination. Keep embracing your strength, cultivating resilience, and shining your light bright. You are capable of triumphing over any challenge life throws your way. Until next time, keep rising and thriving. You've got this.